What's up, traders? Welcome to the weekly Forex forecast and the COT report for the 12th September 2020. So as usual, we will look to the COT first and then we will go to the charts. So here is the Euro USD, and what is going on is pretty interesting because we are seeing that the euro is in the range, and here we can see what the banks are doing with their positions. So we can see there has been on their maximum 266k longs, and since then they dropping the longs and they slightly dropping the shorts as well, which is kind of interesting. But what I'm seeing that is happening is that overall they are basically taking the profit from the longs positions, and they will probably drop the price lower as well. Here on the bottom we can see that they are in their extremes, right? So probably it could happen. However, if we look to the charts, I will show you that might we will see first move a little bit higher, where they will be able to close these positions. Why? Because they of course don't want to close them on the way down, but on the tops with the maximum profit. Next one is Euro USD. US dollar. So what we are seeing here is closing of the shorts positions, which is nice. So it's confirming that the euro could drop later, and we are seeing that they as well dropped their longs positions. Why? Because they of course wants to buy lower. So this one is kind of ranging, and I'm thinking that we will see something interesting on the dollar very soon. We will probably see it to go higher, but first, as they don't have the long positions, yes, it can drop first. So it's kind of in the confluence with the euro because it can go higher first, right? So let's go to the next one, and it will be the franc. So let's check the Swiss franc. What we are seeing on the Swiss franc is that they had maximum longs positions, they closing it, but they closing the shorts as well. So probably my deeper drop on this franc will be as well. Next one will be the JPY, which is the another safe haven currency. And what is happening on the JPY? We can look on this other side what is happening actually on the USD JPY. So we are seeing that the banks slightly growth their longs positions, and they are closing their shorts positions, right? So might most of us is expecting the drop on the JPY pairs. However, if we look at this, what's always happening every time when they reach 71%, they close it and start to range it again. So we are seeing on the chart that the price is a lot of ranging in this year. We can see it here on this differences of this as well. So what I'm expecting on the JPY pairs to go slightly higher, but first we will probably see the correction down as well. I want to show you something what is kind of interesting. Always on the end of the year, mostly the price of the JPY drop down slightly heavily, but look, if that should happen right now, they will need to have much more longs than 44k, right? Because last time when this happened, look, when the JPY dropped was here on the end of the year, which was basically somewhere here, right? So they had something like 57k 57k shorts, right? So that's what they don't have yet, and I think they will need to build it, and we can see it on the channels. All right, so next one will be let's move it like this. So the next one will be the pound. Let's click on the pound in here, and let's bring the pound. So we are seeing on the pound has dropped massively, and we can see that they've been preparing this. I was calling the weak pound for quite some time. When I saw that they dropped these longs, then they bring them again, and then they drop it massively this week. But we can see as this drop was happening, they've been closing the profit from the short positions, right? As well, still we must remember that this number is from the last week, from the Tuesday, so actually the pound was dropping the next days again. So might we could see the potential move higher on the pound as well. So it's kind of confusing, right? But when you put it into the confluences with the charts, you will see it's not so much. Aussie, quite tricky one, because we can see interesting things here. Look, the banks has bring the big shorts for the quite for the last 3 weeks. They've been adding the shorts, right? But they've been adding the longs positions as well. So what's actually happening right now, we are seeing this, but still as well here it's interesting, and actually I might will show you this on the chart. So we are seeing that the banks adding the longs positions, and they adding the they're adding longs and shorts, right? But if we go to the charts, and what we will see here on the Aussie is this. Yes, they've been adding the longs positions and the shorts for this time, for in here as well, but then they drop the price, and we can see that here when the price was dropping, they've been adding a lot of longs as well. So let's look at it. So they actually added the longs here, right? Here these 3 weeks, actually not this one, right? So these 2 weeks they've been adding the longs positions. So what's probably happening on the Aussie is that it might go slightly higher, where they will close more longs and add more shorts. Overall, I'm expecting it to drop down, but I think we might see the slight move higher in this week into this zone. So I will be building the positions, but let's go back to the COT right now, and we need to check as well the NZD USD, which is here, and what we see here is the drop in the longs, right? So they've been kind of the ranging on the Kiwi, then it moved higher into this. Then we have the drop in the longs and a slight grow in the short. So it's kind of bearish, and we are actually in the short on the Kiwi, on the second short, so it's good. We can see how it's dropping here. So we will see correction probably on these pairs, and as well the last one is the USD CAD. So let's check the CAD. So what we see here, we can see that USD CAD, the banks has closed some longs positions, they have built some shorts positions. So the CAD kind of is like I mean, it doesn't look so bullish. However, it's more bullish than it was in the past, right? So probably we will see some correction and then move higher. But I will show you right now on the charts what I mean. So let's go back to the euro, and here is what we see. So as said, we can see that the banks has in this period they closed the longs positions, but they closed the shorts positions as well. So they've been probably here on the bottom closing the shorts, which took the price up, and probably in this stop loss zone they've been closing more shorts. So what could happen right now? I'm bearish on this pair, and I actually have one short position. I have 3 shorts positions on the euro, something like this, you know. I'm building the positions, but what I'm thinking, of course I would be happy if that drop down, but what I think most likely will happen, they still have huge long positions. Look at this. There is like a 5 times more longs than shorts. I mean, if they will be shorting it, they need to short it from here, from in here. They will need to build a position. So I'm worried that we will probably see the slight move higher before it start to drop down, because we of course don't have a data for this, what happened in here, right? But I think it still will not be enough. Let's see. Anyway, I will not be taking a long on the euro, definitely not. But what most likely I will be doing is adding more positions on the top. I'm definitely bearish on the euro. I don't think the drop could be very big, because Here is another thing. This is very big long-term channel from where many people was expecting the drop, and I think what could happen is that we will retest it, and if the dollar we don't know in this uncertain time of the economy and the world what will happen, but you know, anytime it can happen, anything. And if you think something is very high or very low, you know what we have seen with the oil. We have seen oil in the negative prices. This is a commodity which was in the negative prices, you know. So since then, anything can happen. So for me, as said, this would be a nice target, and I think it's gonna happen, because if they want to move price higher, I mean higher than these highs, they will most likely take out these stop losses in here. Alright, so the next one is the Aussie. As set on the Aussie, we can see the banks are closing the longs positions. They have added some shorts positions. So in this stop loss zones, from here, I think we will see the move higher in here, and from here we would be looking for the shorts. I don't have this arrow in this chart in here, but I think it's gonna happen. So overall, I think the Aussie will be weaker. However, I think we will still see some stop hunt move up on the many Aussie pairs. This is a Euro CAD. We had actually a nice trade with a nice entry in here. Stop loss was below that, so our stop loss wasn't hit, and we closed the trade in here. It was a shame. It was actually break even. Now the price is trading above, and we have the weak CAD and the stronger Euro. I think it can move us all the way up. So I would be looking for the longs on the Euro CAD this week again. Next one is a CAD yen. So as said, we have a weak CAD and it's moving in this channel, and I'm expecting it to drop down because we have actually wave 1, 2, 3, and this is the corrective structure in here, right? And from here I would be looking for the longs on to take us higher. We have actually the weak CAD and weak yen as well, but I think the CAD and the yen they could come down into this liquidity zone right before it moves higher. Let's see. I'm already in the trade. This is Euro Jpy. Here as said, many people as well calling big short, right? Okay. The euro, as said, it's weakening, but remember the Japanese yen, it's not very strong yet. They don't have big positions. I don't think a big move can happen yet. So what most likely will happen? Maybe we can see some trading in this zone higher, then the drop lower into this zone, which is a stop loss zone for where many people will be shorting. And it's gonna be a nice opportunity for the banks to buy, take the price up in this nice channel, and from here you see this blue line. This is a big long-term channel. Maybe from here we could see the drop, but it's a question of the long-term. Could be long-term period, it could be fast actually, but I think here they will be able to closing the euro contracts and building the shorts longs on the JPY, which will take the price down. All right, so actually the reversals are happening, but I don't think there will be big targets, right? This is the Aussie, and I'm actually in the trade already, and now is when I was watching the COT data this week, I'm kind of changing my view. I'm of course expecting the Aussie to drop, but as said, I think we might see the move higher. So I might close part of my position, leave it with as it is, and it will work or not, because of course I'm seeing that we could see this, because here would be the stop loss zone, right? So maybe we could see the price visit this. However, I will not take a long, but I would be looking for the shorts, because the kiwi is kind of stronger than Aussie. The banks are not so bearish as on the Aussie, right? So next one will be Euro GBP. Here I would be looking for the short from here for the retracement. This would be very nice, because here you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels going without the correction, right? But that's that there will most likely the correction will come as well. We have the euro weakening, the pound is still they reported nice numbers, so I think this is gonna happen here as well. I wanted to show something. This was our call from my signals channel, and what actually happening here, we've been long. I was expecting this move up. I didn't expect it's gonna be so sharp, but I want to show you what was the mistake I did in here. Always look for the entry after the 2 stop hunts. That's the best thing. So we had actually the one, and we had actually the first one was drawn in here, and I was actually speculating for the move up in here, so for something like a break in here, right? Which was kind of the mistake. And here you can see where was our stop loss. So we've been stopped out in here, somewhere around here, and then the price moved up, right? So kind of a mistake, not waiting, not doing it as I should, you know. There was a 2 stop loss zones, so I should wait for 2 stop loss zones being taken out and then break up, right? So might, you know, taking the trade like this or even like this, because my target was somewhere around here, right? Was my initial target. So this should be made better, but it's always in the trading, you know, even you have best strategy or whatever, sometimes you make a mistakes. All right, this one is a USD CAD, and as said, the Canadian dollar, nothing extra. There is a still big shorts, right? You know, longs not strong, but Aussie is dollar is strengthening, so I think we could see trading around these levels, and from here, if the price makes something like this, you know, we could see this potential up move. All right, my friends, so this is all right, this is Aussie CAD. And the Aussie CAD very similar, so we can see the Aussie weakening, but look what happened actually, right? So we can see that the price was ranging in here. Now it moved up, broke down, but look at this volume what was traded in here. I mean, this is bullish, this is bullishness, and even the 17% of the retail is on the long, so I think here will be a lot of stop losses. A lot of stop losses, and even I am actually in the short on this trade already, because here is this channel, right? Something like this, and I was expecting this drop down. I think I must close the trade, and this will move slight higher. There may be the drop, but I think not yet. We will see. Of course, market doesn't move like this, it moves in the waves, you know. So first of all, there could be some correction, then this breakup, it will all depends. So I will react how on the circumstances, how the market will open, you know. It can go down, so I can move my stop loss and you know, leave it, because even now I feel it will go up. Of course, nothing is 100% in the trading, and it can drop down, so that's what we will see. This is Aussie JPY. This one, as said, Aussie still strong, even they are closing the positions, but JPY will take it higher, as we seen that the JPY is not strong yet. The CAD is a different story, right? You might thinking now why I would go Aussie JPY long, but CAD-yen's short. CAD is weaker than Aussie. Yen is weak. Aussie is strong. So these three, it's a kind of different story. All right, my friends. So this is it. I wish you have a great trading week. Bye bye.